Hi guys, so today I'm going to be talking about the Chapman brothers. So Jake and Dinos Chapman are brothers who are affiliated with the Young British Artists, exhibiting alongside artists like Damien Hirst and Tracy Emin. They became known as the enfants terribles of Brit art due to their wildly shocking and controversial imagery. Although other artists affiliated with Brit art pushed the boundaries of decency, the Chapman brothers took it to like a whole different level, and their personalities were also very intense and critical of the art world. They were born in the 60s and grew up in Hastings, Sussex, in England, which they described as being very bleak, and that there would be occasionally be decapitated bodies washing ashore near the railway, which seeing such violent scenes at a young age may have contributed to their signature grotesque style. They initially studied separately at different colleges, but decided to enroll at the Royal College of Art in London together in 1988. They described that experience as shit, a complete waste of time, and full of people tickling oil paint around. So they clearly weren't happy with conventionally structured art education or practice, and maybe that gives you a sense of their personalities as well. They began working together seriously in the early 90s, and one of their earliest works that was received well and sort of launched their careers was a set of tiny sculptures inspired by painter Francisco Goya's Disasters of War series. On the left is one of Goya's drawings, and on the right is the Chapman brothers' rendition of the same scene and a view of the entire set, each using similar imagery. It sort of just forces the viewer with the truth, confronts them with the truth of what war really looks like. However, the brothers insist that they aren't making any statements on human savagery and are just simply pointing out that art has no real impact on stopping violence, as it never really goes away after it's being criticized or critiqued by artists like throughout time. And this next piece is called Zygotic Acceleration Biogenetic Desublimated Libidial Model. And it's pretty much a bunch of little girls blended together at the torso with Nikes and penises for noses. It was shown at the infamous Sensation show, which was full of other controversial art by other young British artists. This piece in particular could be making statements regarding ideas of child consumerism, the sexualization of children in the media, or child pornography. But again, the Chapman brothers insist that it's not that deep and it should be seen as funny. This is a quote from Jake, and it says, "There is nothing that would traumatize in our work. It really only provides the possibility for laughter, if anything." And when this work was supposed to be exhibited in New York in 1999, the mayor, Rudy Giuliani, actually threatened to withdraw funding and have the show canceled and called the art sick stuff. However, the show went on with and it included a warning statement that said the contents of this exhibition may cause shock, vomiting, confusion, panic, euphoria, and anxiety. If you suffer from high blood pressure, a nervous disorder, or all palpitations, you should consult your doctor before viewing this exhibition. Regardless how it is interpreted, I think it's interesting that it's so offensive, but it doesn't portray anything that isn't kind of easily accessible in the media already. This is one of 13 watercolors made by Hitler in the early 1900s that the Chapman brothers sort of embellished with bright colors and happy hippie imagery. They thought that looking at Hitler's work on its own was very disturbing and were critiquing the notion that, well, maybe if Hitler went to art school, he wouldn't have become so evil. But by adding childish doodles and rainbows, they're like erasing the possibility of Hitler existing in history anywhere but like in his role as a tyrant. And to conclude my presentation, I just wanted to talk about this work from 1999. The photo on the left is a little hard to see, but it's basically a copy of the Chapman brothers' results from the GCSE art exam, which is a test taken by 16-year-olds in the UK. And both Jake and Dinos, entered independently to take the test. The image on the right is an example of the kind of work that they were submitting, and they both got Bs, which sort of validated what they already knew about art being examined so structurally that even world-renowned artists like themselves didn't make the top mark. And that is the end of my presentation. The Chapman brothers are continuing to make art today, and I definitely recommend looking at their website. And thanks for watching.